I'm so excited for you to experience one of the most powerful cosmic and divine, destined, fated, phenomenal portals of the year, the 1111 portal, the total energy cosmic alignment portal. This is where we are manifesting miracles. This is the frequency 1111, where you are connecting with your truest and highest version of self. Your soul purpose is being revealed while you're here, your superpower, clarity, divine union, and really connecting with your highest version of self and purpose and all of that. Okay, what this portal is about is a chance for you to kind of upgrade to that next level. So there's gonna be a lot of signs and synchronicities along the way. So that's why in this video, I'm gonna be breaking down what you can expect from this energy portal and why it is a portal. Okay, what does that mean? How does that affect you? How you can manifest with it? And exactly the things that your soul is also here to receive. Okay, because nothing here is coincidence. The 1111 portal, when you see it on your alarm clock, right, when you see it in the signs, this is a cosmic remembrance that we are not living in the real world. In this 3D world, in this physical world, this is not the real world. It is the projected world. It is the Maya world. It is the halls of mirrors. Okay, so what this means is that the 1111 code is a code. Okay, when you see code, you see all these numerological numbers. Okay, you see numbers, and we have to talk about the numerology of one. The numerology of one is the initiator. Okay, it's the activator. So you will be activated. And I've led thousands of people over the years through these 1111 energy portals and other portals in my work. And by the way, I'll be hosting the 1111 portal. That is my annual big free event that you are welcome to join. Link below. It's going to be hosted on my school community this year, totally for free. And this is my offering and this is my gift to everyone. And what I want to do is I want to go into the energy upgrades. I want to go into the transmission. We're going to align all of your cosmic energies because it is all about total alignment, which I will get into, but the link about it is down below. I'm super excited. What you need to know is that this is about cosmic alignment. So understanding the one, it needs to happen, okay? One is the action. One is the masculine energy. So when you are going through the portal, it requires some kind of decision and action for you to go through the portal. The portal energy is the 0. Okay, that's why my username on Instagram and stuff is called Tina Wong 000, because I lead in portals activations and energy activations. So when we go through the portal of the 0, and we have to understand we go through it with the 1. So that's why the 1010 is the code of the matrix, the code of creations. Okay, so that's why we have to understand this energy portal. It requires you to be decisive about aligning to what your true self is all about, your true purpose is all about. It's not good enough to just know it. It requires some kind of firm decision energetically from your point. What you need to know is that the 1111 is a cosmic mirror, okay? So one split into another one and it understands by looking, okay? So what that means is that in this 3D realm, you cannot understand yourself. You cannot understand oneness and wholeness, which is a frequency of 0, even though we say 1, but it's when you tap into oneness, is 0. Okay, it's the portal of infinity and beyond. So when you're tapping into the 1 and the 1111, what you're seeing is that like different energies are understanding itself through looking into the mirror. So how do we learn? Through comparison, okay, agreement, confirmation, or contrast. So in other words, you can learn more about yourself, who you truly are, by one, seeing someone who does the same thing. Like for example, if you want to be on YouTube, if you want to write a book, if you want to be an artist, and you're seeing all these examples of people doing what you want to do, and this is like as a confirmation that your dreams are not so far-fetched. Okay, it's possible. And then on the other hand, is you learn by trigger. Okay, so it's like you're in an environment where you know yourself to be someone who's very highly in the know, spiritual, awakened, and in the in your surrounding are the people who are like they don't get it, and then it's just chaotic. So you're like, I need to get out of here. Okay, so you learn about this is the true path for you through these contrasts. So leading to the 1111 portal, and after during and after the portal, what you're going to see is that you're going to be experience a whole bunch of synchronicities, about who you are through the mirrors of others. By the way, when I channel through informations on my videos, I channel through your higher self, your God consciousness, what you deeply know to be true. I am a channel. And what that means is that I am your mirror. I'm reflecting back to you the parts that you are ready to see. So all these energies, all these information, why it resonates with you and why it fascinates you and why it's calling to you, because there's already an agreement within your soul that you are to shift at this time. So actually a lot of people who come to my energy activation events, even if it's the first time they heard of me, is because there is already an agreement that our higher selves decided we are going to meet and we are going to elevate and we are going to shift. Okay, so look at these events are as like spaceship, okay, rocket ship. We're going to quantum shift to a whole new world when we are aligned to that frequency, when we say yes to co-creating the experience. So if you're interested in learning more about it, link is down below. Like I said, I'll be doing it live and there'll be a replay as well. Okay, when you're as a member, you have access to the replay. It's all free. The energy of you looking at this 1111 portal is being reminded of your true divine self. Consciousness coming into the 3D realm, everything gets split, right? The one and then it splits, and the one is split. So this is a reminder that your masculine and your feminine energy gets split. When you're in the one consciousness, there's no masculine, there's no feminine. Okay? There's no darkness, there's no light, it just one. Okay, so but when we get into these different dimensions, things split, and that's how we begin to kind of understand things from different level. And then the whole point is we always want to go back into the one. And so this is basically a code of us remembering who we are. We don't look at others as others, we look at ourselves. And this is one of the videos I made about when you look into someone's eyes, you think you're looking at them, but you're actually seeing your own reflection in their eyeballs. So this is a reminder how our world is such a big mirror. A big mirror for our spiritual evolution, a big mirror for us understanding that we're not separate from each other. We're all one consciousness. And when we understand this intellectually, that's nice and that's cool, but we need to understand it spiritually, and we need to feel it and embody it. And that's how our world becomes very magical and effortless. Now, this is a portal of manifestation galore. And what that means is that manifestation is not that, woo-woo or whatever. Manifestation is alignment. Everything in your life is alignment. Everyone's in your life is alignment. All these, terrible friends, terrible things, okay? It's alignment. If it keeps on repeating, it's an alignment. You're aligning yourself to certain cycles of lack, of fear, of disrespect. Okay, so when you realize that, oh my gosh, no, I raised my standards, I anchored in my self-worth and my self-value, you raise the bar, you begin to attract different frequency, you begin to attract different people and opportunities, right? It's the same thing when you watch YouTube videos or social media videos. As your consciousness goes up and expand, you're going to be attracted to and being presented with certain type of content and certain type of videos, and sometimes things just get popped up and you never even looked for it, because this world is not the real world. Okay, everything is from a spiritual realm. So that's why when you understand that, you become a very powerful player of the game. You begin to hack the system. You begin to play on cruise mode, but also there's always a leveling up, which I'm not gonna get into. I'll go into in my events, which you can join for free down below. And then you go to the calendar, okay, tab, and you just add it to your own calendar and wanna have the call on school. The 1111 portal is a cosmic ascension portal. So what that means is that when we talk about portals, we'll talk about energetic highways and quantum leap, because like I said, everything is frequency, okay, and everything is alignment. Your manifestation, your new timeline, your whatever thing that you want, your true self is not all of these things that you have to manage in the three world, but it's a frequency shift away. On the 1111 portal, it is imperative that you create time and space for you to tune in, for you to be aligned with your truest and highest self. Because when you are in the frequency of total alignment, you are going to shift. And the 1111 portal is amplifying the shift already. That's why a lot of crazy things can happen during this time. I've seen with my own eyes. I had a couple people who had like some eye problem, like blurry visions and ear, deaf, okay, problem. And then during the activations that I host, it's like, I can't believe they're gone, okay? I know one person who has a thyroid problem, and he's like, I've had this for years, and it's just, I don't know where it went, okay? So miracle things can really happen when you are aligned with your true high frequency, because your true self is not aligned with certain diseases. It's not aligned with certain frequency that, manifest themselves as illnesses or, chaos in your life or lack or whatever. Because when you're in your truest and highest frequency, there's no lack, because it's not true. We live in abundance, okay? This world is coded in abundance. Look outside, look in the trees, okay? Go out for a nature walk, you will see the abundance. If you don't see it, because you're not seeing with your spiritual eye, which I'm not going to get into, I've made a lot of videos on that. You can watch on my channel. The 1111 portal is here to remind you that when you are not aligned, things are going to feel hard, because the code, the God code, is anything that is anchored in God is good, okay? That's why they say your good feeling is your gut feeling. Your good feeling is your gut feeling. So what that means for you is that if anything, that it makes your stomach turn, it makes you feel, why do I have so much resistance dealing with this, or being at this job, but I'm, when I'm talking to this person, I feel, oh my God, so myself, I feel like I'm, really connecting, and I feel so easy, there's no anxiety, but why do I feel like this here? It will show you where you are aligned, it will show you who you're aligned with, and it will show you who and where you're not aligned with. But remember, things can only show you, your spirit guides, your higher self, okay, your God consciousness can only show you the way. But you're the one, remember, you're the one, you're the one that needs to take the action to do something about it. So what if you get the intuition to quit that job? So what, that every time you clock in, clock out, it makes you feel like a piece of poop, okay? What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Nothing? Well then, good for you, you know what I mean? And I'm laughing because I know it's comedic and all, but I've been there, okay? I've been at the job that I was trying to quit. It took me a really long time, and I finally gave in my resignation letter, and I've helped hundreds, probably thousands, to be honest, thousands of people who told me that I've helped them, quit their jobs and left, those relationships and stuff like that. Because on the 1111 portal specifically, there's going to be something that's going to hit, okay, going to hit hard in your brain, and then you're going to realize that all this time you've been operating from trauma. All this time you've been operating from conditioning. All this time you're gonna realize that you're operating from unworthiness and your old, outdated template. But it is not your true divine template, because once you understand that you have a divine template, okay, it's game over. And when you know how to activate that, it's game over. Because the divine template can only be activated when you realize your divinity, when you realize that you're a piece of God, when you realize that you're the God particle itself, when you realize that God is within you. You can only shift when you realize your power. That's why it's called source, okay? You need to plug into source to get to power, okay? That is what I always do the analogy of, like, you plug into the the socket, right? That's the source, okay? That gives you the power. Nothing else gives you the power. Your ego does not give you power. This 3D world does not give you power. Everything is through the God energy, okay? And God is whatever you want to call it. There's no name, okay? When you're tapping into this energy and this frequency, things shift very quickly. That's why on the 1111 portal, you're going to experience a rapid remembrance. You're going to remember who you are, what you are, the codes of your true alignment. This is very important. The power that comes through, because, okay, let me just slow down over here. I'm feeling a lot of energies too. The 1111 cosmic portal, there's going to be a lot of downloads, okay? It's going to be a lot of downloads, especially on that day. What this means for you is that your connection with self, your connection with source is going to be heightened. So that's why we do the energy portals on that day. That's why we spend time together to shift into infinity and beyond. That's why I have, the free activation down below in my school community, reminding you that there is power in collective intention and collective agreement. Because, collectively for the longest time, we have agreed to be slaves to the system. We have agreed to, give our power away. We have agreed to trade our time for money and stuff like that. That's why we live in cycles of poverty. That's why we accept low-grade relationships and not our true divine partner. Okay, for those of you who are on that divine partner, divine union, journey, this is a huge portal for union if you are manifesting that, which I'm going to also get into during my live activation. All of this has to operate, has to happen through your energy centers. So that's why we work with that master key system, which is your 7 chakras, your 7 major chakra points. We're going to get that into alignment, and then we're going to shift. Your divine template works when you are aligned, okay? When you're not aligned, it's going to feel terrible. That's why you have certain throat chakra problem, third eye problem. You cannot see things properly. You cannot trust your intuition. The crown chakra problem. You're not, this is not spinning properly. You're not opening your channel to the divine. You're getting all these downloads. It can be overwhelming. You can be thinking in your head a lot. So how can we clarify the channel? How can we open the heart, right, to receive the divine love and not just the flesh and bones, action, whatever, love? It's not even love. It's sorry for the swearing. It's effing twisted, okay? It's effing twisted idea of what love is. So just know that in the 3D, a lot of definitions of what relationship, love, wealth, abundance, health, even, like everything get twisted. Ideas of what beauty is so twisted. So that's why when you shift to your divine template, and this is what I help people through, you're gonna begin to not only feel different, you're gonna feel like a freaking new person, okay? But you're gonna look different. A lot of people that I coach and I guide and I mentor, they begin to look different. That's how you know it works, okay? That's the result, okay? Because you're gonna see that your beauty begins to radiate from the inside out. Have you ever met someone with like a nice aura or a glow? Okay, that's the God glow. That's when you clarify your system. That's when you clean out the gunk. That's when you align with your divine template. Okay, if you're interested in that, I do have a 21-day called Sparkling New Me. That is the course and a step-by-step process I take you through. All the info is down below. What I'm going to take you through deeper and activate deep within you is your God code. Your God code is your core essence, who you truly are, what you truly are, that divine spark, that light within you. And that is beyond you, okay? It's within you, it's in all that is. And how we're going to activate that is we have to align. We have to create time and space. We have to say yes to our destiny. Because if you're watching this video, one thing I know for sure is that you know that there's something bigger that is within you and is outside of you that's been calling you to step into, okay? There's always that next level of initiation. So this is the initiation portal. The 1111 is here to initiate you by showing you something, like showing you an activation, showing you a mirror, showing you something very powerful for you to look at. So it can come through in a way of an energy activation, right? Which I will take you through. It's a very spiritual process. If you've never gone through it, the best way I can describe it is like a meditation on crack. Yeah, and you just have to really allow yourself to let go. And what are we letting go of? We're letting go of the false beliefs. We're letting go of our 3D template. We are installing, okay, new divine template, okay, the 5D template, the new earth consciousness. So if anything like that interests you, that event is for you. That activation is for you, okay? And when you begin to step more into your divine self, what you're going to experience is that things are going to no longer resonate with you. It's going to be very hard for you to keep on showing up at that job that you say that is not aligned with you, right? Because alignment feels good. Misalignment feels like crap, poo-poo, okay? So that's why things are going to fall out. Things are going to come up. And by the way, during this year's 1111 portal, you're going to be hit with the Mercury retrograde, okay? So Mercury retrograde is about communication, it's about technology, it's about people of the past, blasts from the past. So if you know that you've been tolerating certain things and behaviors, and if you know that you're healing relationships and connections, expect certain wounds to come back for you to heal them, for you to upgrade to a new template, for you to let it go. Or you're going to still entertaining that. That's your free will. That's your choice. Okay? But remember, it's the mirror. Okay? So certain mirrors, good or bad, ugly or hot, is going to come through for you to decide who you are, what you choose to move towards. But collectively speaking, we are moving towards the new earth consciousness. And the 1111 portal is, we have started from the beginning of the year all the way to prepare for this shift. This is the biggest portal of the year. The two biggest portals of the years are the 1111 portal and the 88 Lionsgate portal. Okay, so this is gonna be the one if you are ready to stand firm in your purpose, in your truth, in your authenticity. That is a really big code, okay, which I'm not gonna get into now. I will into the presentations of the activations. When you're ready to go quantum, when you're ready to not feel like I need to think and overthink and logic, when you're ready to open yourself up in a very cosmic way and connecting with your true star origins. So what that means is that you are going to remember your past life, future lives from perhaps different star systems. This can also be a star seed activation. Okay, so if you know that you're a star seed or kind of like feeling into this kind of star seed, cosmic energy, galaxy energy, we don't have to put a label on it. But if you're feeling a resonance with something that is in the cosmos, this portal is for you. This portal is going to help you remember who you are, your true infinite self, source, nature. Is huge for consciousness awakening. And our new earth consciousness is ready now, okay, for you to inhabit, for you to experience. And the new earth is not a place, it's a consciousness, and it's a co-creation. And the more we're in the consciousness, things are going to get manifested physically, because everything starts from the seed of thought, okay? So I'm super excited to dive deeper into this. Like I said, link is down below, free to join. We're gonna go through this very powerful activation. We're going to go very quantum. I'm gonna go through light codes, light language activations, and anything that feels like it's wanting to come through in terms of a download. Get ready, we're shifting. This 1111 portal did not come to you by accident. Okay, if you're called to this energy or this energy called to you, believe that it is your time to be initiated to your highest level template, which I'm so excited for. So let me know what comes through for you. Comment below 1111 if you're excited. Let me know if you're coming to the event or watch the replay. Like this video if you enjoyed and you want more. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We're here every day. This is Tina Wong. I love you so much, and I'll see you soon.